All right, if I can ask for, I'm going to call East Devon up to move the third rule change on the 3-year rule, but before I do so, if I can ask delegate from Swansea West, Beverley and Holderness, and I think City of Durham as well, to get ready to come up and make contributions when I open it out for debate. But I'll call East Devon now.
Well, good morning, Chair, and good morning, Conference. And I always think that it's a great way to start the day to debate a rule change. It gives us a chance to stiffen our sinews and summon up the blood. So that's what I'll do. I need to explain why I'm here. Ray Davison, East Devon. And when I told our members in East Devon that the NEC was supporting our rule change, they went into a complete state of shock. Over many years, we've got used to having our rule changes ruled out of order or opposed by the NEC. So our members naturally thought, what's the NEC up to? Supporting our rule change. So they wanted to mark the occasion. And so they've asked me to come to the rostrum to do this, to congratulate the NEC on its newfound enlightenment, and to say also, not only do we congratulate them on that, but we think their rule change proposals are better than ours. They're clearer, they're more eloquent. They have the linguistic, analytical power and thrust. So, Chair, you very graciously invited me to withdraw, and although I don't like premature withdrawal, and I don't really mean that, I will indeed graciously withdraw, but please allow me a few more words. Over the years, we have come to the Conference Arrangements Committee feeling tired, brutalised, defeated, because we haven't been able to understand the rulings of the Conference Arrangements Committee. Now, we've applied analytical logic. I did teach philosophy, and I think I was quite good at teaching it, but I got nowhere with analytical logic. So I tried a different kind of logic, the logic of Gestalt psychology, because quite a lot of our arguments were about parts and wholes. And, you know, this is a theoretical school that's how do you form pictures of things, you know, and do you get the picture of the dog totally and then see its constituent elements? Or is it a simultaneity of perception? Very complicated, but I realised suddenly that the Conference Arrangements Committee had a concept of the rule book which was based on a song about all parts of the body bone structures being connected, you know, the ankle bone connected to the thigh bone. All the constituent elements of the rule book were linked together in their mind. I don't know whether it was a conscious map of the rule book in their mind, but we saw that any part of the rule book could be related to any other part of the rule book. So it meant they could always defeat us by saying it had already been discussed because all the elements were linked together. Then we realised we had to change the 3-year rule, and so we set about doing that. When this Gestalt logic didn't work, I applied unflattering historical parallels. I referred to Harry as Louis XIII, who said, "C'est légal parce que je le veux," it's legal because I say so. When that didn't work, I tried Louis XIV. L'État c'est moi, I am the state. That didn't work either. So then I had to have recourse to Kafka. This was like getting into Kafka's castle. I was the man standing outside the courts of justice, waiting to get in, but never getting there. And he gets older and older, and I thought, I'm getting older and older, and he dies. And then the Guardian says to him, "You were the only person who could get in." And I thought, I'm going to be like that, so it's time to change the rules. You've changed the rules, thank you ever so much. Could I say that the spirit which suffused your change, that spirit can now turn its attention to the definition of contemporary, to the definition of emergency, and the 3-year rule doesn't apply to the NEC, so they can do that at any time, even this reformulated version. So we invite you to do that. Thank you very much. We withdraw. And I've invited graciously the City of Durham to come and second that withdrawal. Thank you.
Thank you, and it's quite rare to get so many laughs in a speech about rule changes. Okay, I'm going to ask Swansea West to come up and speak very briefly because we are running behind.